What's up, boys? We're back with some more Age of Wonders 4 for the new Giant Kings DLC. So we're going to go brutal over here, and then I guess 6 players is probably fine. Overwrite that. And then we're going to be trying out the new Giant King rulers. I'll go over all of the faction stuff I'm trying out here. So I'm going to try and make my heroes and my ruler as strong as possible. So we're going to buff up their damage a bit with that and that. And then we're going to try out Underground Adaptation since there's some new stuff based on that. And the generation for that type of terrain is supposed to be a bit better now. So the, Feudal was reworked a bit. So Monarchy is supposed to be kind of the default thing. But Aristocracy has something cool that I want to try out here. The Tier 3 shield unit will actually be able to absorb damage and buff our heroes up a bit. So that'll be pretty cool for a hero-focused build here. We're going Cult of Personality so we can gain some bonus skill points for our heroes. Will become a bit more expensive, but I think that'll end up being worth it. And then because the Giants can forge higher tier items, I think we're going to want some extra magic materials. So we're going to get one extra one from that, plus a bunch of extra resources from them. And that's going to help us create some strong late game items for our heroes with the new Giant King stuff, allowing you to make even higher tier items. Enchantments, the Sundered Defense debuff was improved a bit, so it can now stack up to 10 times. So having that apply automatically on a bunch of different types of units sounds pretty powerful, and we're going to try and go into a Materium focus, since there's some new stuff for that. Rock Giant will go nicely with the Sundered Defense based stuff since he is physical damage, and some mountain based stuff here. And then he does have a bit of a mana upkeep, but we can also generate some of the new binding fragments in here with our quarries if we can get his renown level up a bit, and that will help us with forging high tier items. So you can actually go any of the classes except Ranger on him, and I think Warrior and Ranger probably have the best scaling for a superhero focused build, so Warrior is the choice here. We get a nice Charge Strike item. This actually has heavy Charge Strike on it, which was buffed up to 30% damage per hex traveled now, and it naturally ignores charge resistance, so that should be pretty insane in the late game. And I think all of this is fine. I didn't really mess with that too much, oh well. And we are going Glory Seeker here. This will give our Sovereign a bit more damage based on the enemy's rank of whatever he's targeting. Oh my god, I'm like 3 times the size of my city. So, Feudal Aristocracy, what spell did we start with here? Oh, here we go. Summon Copper Golem and Call Militia. That's a new Feudal spell, which will give you 2 Militia. And I think they're only available through that, and it actually has a gold cost. Interesting. So we might actually want to go ahead and do that just to get a pretty decent starting army. So we do have the Sundering Blades here, and that seems like a pretty good buff even this early on. Here's offer from the Cult of Personality. We can go ahead and get something. Oh, Trollkin Governor is new. So Forester bonuses, and then you can recruit some different ogres and trolls based on the renown level. With the Aristocracy sub-faction, we're going to want to get a lot of renown levels pretty quickly. So it's very important that these are easy to clear out for these guys. So water-based stuff might be a bit difficult. Instructor. Oh, actually, I have 300. Okay, that might be enough to get a building as well. Let me check that real quick. Yeah, so we'll probably go with the production first, and then we can go ahead and get one of those as well. So, Instructor, full army of legendary ranks and rank up units in this here's army. That's pretty easy. And then the trainer bonus itself also makes it easier later on. Although you need a maxed out army to get that in the first place. Lawbringer, Cold-Blooded and unit upkeep, that's okay. Gold level Infestation, those are actually kind of hard to find, I think. But the minor one isn't too bad. I think we'll probably go here. Industrious is okay for building up the cities quickly, and it's easy to level, so I think we'll take that. Let's see, do we even have any enemies here? What? That's kind of weird. So it looks like we are close to the middle of the underground. But there's 0 enemies nearby. Bizarre. There's the arcanium ore from that one thing. Let's have the scout look around a bit, see if we can find any of the enemies. Is that something unique to the underground where there just isn't really anything nearby at the start? So here's our second hero with the defender class. So we do have a pretty easy bunch of melee enemies over there. And we'll use her to pull them in since she has a mount and no slow units. Oh yeah, the bannermen were actually redesigned a little bit. That's kind of a lot of damage on him. I'm probably going to manual that just so that we don't have to heal as much. So yeah, the bannermen were changed a bit. Instead of having an AoE heal, it now only hits one target, but it heals a bit more and it's a much lower cooldown. With a 1-turn cooldown, you can use it every 2 turns. And then Banner Smite is the same, I think, but this also causes you to enter defense mode, and with the warding thing, you give a bunch of resistance and status resistance to nearby units once you enter that. So let's see, a bunch of melee, charge striker, those guys will remove defense mode when they hit. I'm going to move a bit closer, and I guess we'll probably try and bait out some small hits on the hero. That's probably fine. 2 of them can hit me here. And then we can have those guys entering defense mode close to him so that he gets some buffs once they do that. Defender can probably be a bit further up there. So we should take a couple small hits, and we have the buffs from the AoE things those guys have. And then this guy's a charge strike, so he can disable their retaliation and all. And he does have a slight bit of AoE, but we're not going to be able to do a ton with that since we're just trying to not take too much damage here. Let's see, 50% isn't great, but that's probably the best we're going to get here with them. Do we want to heal there? 25, how much is he missing? Yeah, that's fine. And then I guess they'll probably hit the hero over here a bit more. So we'll do the defense mode activation there. And then the defender can do a couple free hits on that. Oh, he actually just stomped that guy. That was pretty cool. So we want to disable the retaliation on something that still has a lot left here, so probably this one. Then these guys can probably finish off something that's weak since they don't have the greatest hit chance here. Why can't this guy hit? Oh, that one's in front of him. So we can finish that off. Big flanking hits from that one passive we got. And then now our support can finish that off since he has the weakest hits. And then they can get a pretty good shot on that, but we'll probably also want to hit with them. If we hit with the range first, then the retaliation will do a little bit less damage. We don't have any spells yet, yeah. Disable his retaliation there. One hit, that probably won't do a ton. And then we want to soften this guy up a bit with our ranged attacks. I guess we might actually want to use the heal there, just to keep all of our heroes healthy. But if we can kill a couple of the models with the ranged attack, then the retaliation will do a bit less here. Oh yeah, we want to focus the killing blows on our Sovereign if possible, just in case any of them are elites for the Renown thing. We got a Plague Serpent tier 2 fighter units, and we got some hero levels. Oh yeah, I forgot to go over the giant tree. So disenchanting, this is the item forging tree, this is like a summoning tree, and then this is a range attacker tree. So disenchanting items will give 35% more of the crafting stuff. You can actually add some unique infusions to the different items, and these also have some variations based on the element of the giant you chose. So with the rock one, we'll get the Rune of Power Rock, which adds 3 base physical and a chance of bleeding. That sounds pretty decent. Looks like 2 infusion point cost for that. Or you can gain a defensive 1 for the armor, 2 defense, and immunity to bleeding. That sounds pretty solid as well. This will go onto wands as well. These also have a bit of a passive stat boost to the guy taking them, so that's 10% damage, some defense resistance, 20 hit points is actually not bad. And the effect to wands adds a summoning effect, 3 stone walls, 30 physical damage, and pushes units back. Not bad. This is added to trinkets. Army leader, all non-hero units in the army deal 10% damage. Okay, that's quite good for a trinket, wow. You can still add 4 points on top of that. Yeah, that's really good. And then 3 status resistance for the hero. And then the very unique effect for giant kings, you can add +1 infusion points total to the item. So instead of a maximum of 5, you can go up to 6, I think? Either 5 or 6, something like that. But for the warrior, we're going to want to get some power on him first, so melee attacks plus 10% damage and 10 hit points. And then our defender over here. I'm not quite as familiar with the defender tree. I think we're going to get some army-based stuff on her for now. So 10 hit points regen on all of the units here. And then we will have all of our army going with her. Oh, I can't actually move them, we're out of movement points. But that'll allow them to heal up a bit more. And then we can grab some XP and stats on them and stuff. And we'll just have our leader go solo for a bit. Did I want to create any more units? Oh, defenders can actually promote into the new unit that I'm interested in, the Liege Guard. And I might be able to look at them from this page. No, I can't click on that. But you can see the Sworn Bonds, that's the thing I mentioned. You link to a hero, and then that every turn that will give them +1 strengthen for a bit of damage. And then all of the damage from that hero will go to this unit with a bit of a reduction. And because it's a shield unit, they're pretty tanky. So that'll be pretty cool for our hero focus. So we'll want some of those later on. I guess we could actually go ahead and grab one now. We want some bannermen as well for some extra healing. And then now that she has a unit, she can't move around that much. I'm not sure on the movement of the Giant King. He does have big legs. Looks like he does have 40. Okay, so he can actually scout out a bit for us now with his improved movement. Looks like there's not a whole lot around here, so we might actually want to dig some stuff. Clear out some room with that. And our scout, I guess, will keep checking around here. Can he dig anything? Looks like we can maybe get over to some over there as well. So we found a free city, Elder Giants. We can go ahead and give them... Oh, that's actually the unique Giant King thing, the Crystal Dwelling. So apparently you can only gain allegiance with them through quests. So we can ask them for a quest, a challenging quest. 20 allegiance versus 14. That's not too bad of a difference. We would lose 9 knowledge and gain allegiance. I kind of like having my knowledge. Let's check out the basic quest since we're just at the start right now. Return with the Phase Beast. The cavern west of my main city. 690 power for the starting quest. Yikes. We are at 336 and 100. And we only have 20 turns for that, so that might be a bit rough. Then I guess we'll try and grab that with a scout as well. Oh, since that's not one of the free cities, we can actually put the Whispering Stone here, and then that will give a little bit of city stability over time. And you can actually see the direct effects from that in the tooltip when you hover over it now, plus 5% of each of those. And I think at a very high level you can go up to plus 15% on a bunch of different resources. So we excavated a bunch. It doesn't look like we found a ton. We did find a pretty nasty infestation for the early game. It has a hero, but it's sleeping for now. Let's run out of there and not get our scout killed. We could dig that with him. Might check out some of the left side. And then we can fight that thing. That's pretty easy. Not too bad. I'll take that. And then we'll probably want to excavate some more stuff if I can. Looks like there's something slightly hidden over there. We could try and check that out. Looks like probably a pickup over there. We got the workshop finished. So we'll probably... what is that? House hunting grounds, food and drafts. That's not bad. Yeah, I think we'll go for that next. So we're gonna need to grab some levels and probably a couple more units to have a chance at that. Looks like just a knowledge stash. We can't dig anything else out over here. There might be something guarding that thing. But it's gonna be kinda hard to get back over there with the Giant King now. Can we dig anything with the scout up there is a little bit? So we got Sundering Blades finished. 20 production and drafts, but lose stability. That's probably pretty helpful this early on. We can annex the first province. So that's actually occupied, but I couldn't see anything over there, so there must be something hidden. But I think we'll go for a farm for some early growth, and both of those have iron deposits actually. That's pretty nice for some bonus production on top of that. Spell's ready to cast. We can get the Sundering Blades going next turn. Oh yeah, the giant thing, the rock rune stele. I don't know if that really helps me much early on. Oh, I forgot about that as well. Oops. We can scout a little bit, so there is something there, not too bad. Doesn't look like our Giant King is going to be able to get over there, but I guess that's fine with just these ones. Just 3 units shouldn't be too bad. Can we dig anything over here? Not really. Something up there to go for with a scout, maybe? New location. Okay, there's a free city, right? But I can't click on it, so I probably can't even give it a stone yet. Yeah, we're going to have to get over there through the tunnel, it looks like. So we can do the Sundering Blades now, and then I think I will still go for the Call Militia thing to buff up our troops a bit. Let's see, it doesn't really seem like there's a lot to fight over here. We'll probably have to go for the quest next, 490. That's not showing the phase beast right now. Huh. Probably gonna be a bit tough, so we'll probably want to have these guys heal up a little bit in the friendly terrain when I can. It feels like there's a lot less options to explore and sort of grind XP early on when you start in the underground. I guess we'll probably have this guy try and discover the free city over there so we can start getting allegiance with them. Vendors boosted, grab some extra golds. Try and find the fastest way over to the quest. Then we can have the defenders join them at some point. And then I guess we'll just toss the pikemen onto our giant king. Oh, I can check out what the Arcanium ore has guarding it with this guy. 440, a rock giant is pretty beefy though. But that would be a bit easier than that, and levels are pretty important right now. So what would we want to boost next here? Surf quarters is a lot of food, that would be pretty nice, but 2 foresters. Stonemason we could actually do right now with a second farm. And we can get some big production from that one. 20 production, wow. Then we'll go stonemason next. Call militia over there. And these are only available through that spell. They're a tier 1 very basic pikemen. Don't think they have anything special, just first strike like all pikemen have. And they'll go with the giant king. And we'll want the second army to actually help out over here. So we can give them the Whispering Stone now. And then we probably have to wait for the second army for that. So we got a bunch of different things and 3 different trees. Founding and absorbing cities takes less turns. Outposts cost less gold. Both good for starting new cities. I don't think we really have a place to do that in the underground currently. Like, we'd probably have to get into this cavern. Or maybe over here. What does the above ground look like? I have no idea. We'll have to send something up there and check that out. Weakened tools. So Call of Glory is one of the new feudal spells as well. It's a combat enchantment giving a bunch of morale over time and also hold the line. Defensive masters entering defense mode and charge resistance. They're okay, but I don't think it's really going to make a big difference. Actually, I guess that's not bad. We have 1 ranged unit, so that's not going to do a ton right now anyways. Oh man, I still can't even get close to that. That's annoying. We need to get a lot closer to pull them into the fight there, and we need both of them. So, I guess we could send the scout above ground maybe? Or we could try and find a decent spot for a second city over here. That might be okay. I don't think our scout can go on lava. That one was seafaring. I don't think that'll help. We start with excavation for the underground adaptation thing. It'll be a while before we get anything, so I'll get those just to make sure I don't forget them once we actually need them. So another province. If we could get the surf quarters boosted, that would be pretty nice. We need some foresters for that. Let's see if there's any special terrain around nearby. There's mana node, production, and mana, so I guess we'll go for that and save those for like knowledge or mana based stuff. Well, we have to grab something special anyway, so we may as well take the forester there, I suppose. And then we'll want to go just close enough to pull them into the fights. So low risk, that's with both of them. So we lose 2 low tier units, that's probably fine when I can summon a bunch of peasant pikemen anyways. Kinda wanna see how the quests with this one dude work. So we can offer it for 14 allegiance, or I can get the phase bees myself, which actually would be pretty useful, but we would go to war with the crystal dwelling, which sounds like a pretty bad idea, so I don't think I'm going to do that. Let's see if they get anything cool. Oh, wow. We can get a mount, which doesn't actually do anything. Later on, with more mana, we can actually recruit some of those ranged units. Stone Pact. Looks like some different hero items here. A new tier 3 ranged unit, which looks like probably an improved version of the tier 2 one. The right scroll. Oh, interesting. 1 to each affinity. That's actually pretty good. That'll help you progress through the Imperium stuff a lot faster. Oh, they have some unique spells. Enemies take damage and volatile charges. Base magic attacks of enchanted units can apply volatile charges. A polearm unit tier 3. Tier 4 battle mage. Interesting. Crystal bolts. A lot of debuffs. Wow. Gem stream. Damaged units in a 5 hex long, 3 hex wide line. Holy. Reactive flicker and volatile charge on target unit triggering its effects. Free action. Pretty cool. Revive non-Litherine non-hero unit as a Litherine of its tier. Your cities gain a bunch of different stats. Wow. Interesting. Tier 4 hero items. Looks like no unique effects, just big damage? Oh, that one has a combo attack that displaces. Oh, 60% chance to become gilded. Interesting. Volatile summon. Summon a Litherine Shardlancer to your side. City structure Crystal Pact. Imperium income. Cool. A Simulacrum is a tier 5 mythic unit. Strong charge attack and the ability to create a chain of lightning that can trigger volatile charge. 34 base damage on his charge attack, and then a chain lightning effect that cascades through every adjacent unit. Locks eternal studies in your cities, which converts production into knowledge. Cool, cool, cool. Nothing super useful currently, I think. Oh wait, that's a support unit, not the ranged unit that I saw earlier. Take damage for them? Core link? Oh, that's a damage transfer thing as well, the 20% reduction. Can we get another quest instantly? I guess we'll have to do the easy one again. I could give them that item, but that will give me some extra damage for like a hero that I'll get later on, which would be pretty useful, I think. I think we'll try another easy quest, see how that goes. Win you this relic. Mirror of Verities. 763 with some big shield units. So I guess we'll probably have to check upstairs and see if we can get some more cities going up there then. Since we are pretty cramped down here with 2 cities right next to us. Oh, it actually summons it right in the middle, even though you can target it over there. So unicorn over there, that seems a bit easier. There will probably be something guarding that and whatever that is. What is that? We get the Giant King up there as well before we start that fight. We lose a militia, that's probably fine. Giant King is level 4 at least, that should be a decent boost. So we get our first signature skill. We can reflect melee damage, get crit chance, regular damage, hit points, defense resistance, or dispelling. So I'm thinking either critical or damage for our Sovereign Carry hero, and Searing Strikes would be decent there. What can we get for the other one that was decent? Move a status effect and stand still. Yeah, I think we'll go for the chaos thing then, since that might be useful. Over here, we could actually get the crit chance and critical momentum right away, and that'll pair nicely with that now. Since you get an extra point for every signature ability. Infestation, so that is active now, we'll have to go deal with that. We can maybe distract them a bit with a scout. Oh, there's actually a pickup over here as well. Might just pop up a city in some random spot and hope it does okay. Probably like right here or here, I guess. And then we'll have to head back down and deal with that infestation. So 2 scout buffs or a small buff to shield units. I guess we'll probably buff up the scout a bit and have him scout around up here. So probably the movement speed first. And then I guess we'll hope for the best for that outpost. Lose 1 militia, I guess, since we're going to summon a bunch anyways. Get some more of those ready. Get another province over here. We can get the ore up there. What does that give by default? 10 production mana, that's not bad. We'll get some mana income then. Gotta level up on our defender. So we'll probably take the Materium line, since we'll have a lot of affinity for that. And then we can grab the XP, and probably some upkeep reduction there. We'll get a little bit more power first, I think. Then head back down so we can deal with that infestation. So they've got a hero and a full stack there. Some tier 3s there. Glinting Throne. Provinces adjacent to this gain 2 Imperium income, that's pretty good. Although it's right next to a mountain, so there's a bit less over there. Adds a bunch of different giants to the rally. Summon our militia over here and get another of those. We actually can't enter that, that's kind of annoying. I guess we can sit inside of the city, and then they'll probably attack that, and then we can wait for our other hero to get over here. We can send the scout somewhere, probably upstairs now. Scout around the city, see what we can find up here. And then wait on our hero for that. And another call militia as well will help out a bit. So what do we want to boost next? The castle's already boosted, we can grab that. And then stability is negative, so we will probably want a tavern after that. And then the surf quarters is one forester away, and that has some pretty nice boosts. So another forester for that. See if there's anything special to go with that. I don't think so. That one, oh, that has an iron deposit actually. That's pretty good. How many units are with the defender? Where's that guy at? We'll toss one of those with the defender. And then put that on this guy. Huh, even if you target him inside the city, it still goes over there. Didn't lose anything, not bad. Then we'll have to go deal with the infestation now. Damage fortified objects and umbral malady immunity. That doesn't seem very useful. Actually, if I stay in the friendly terrain there, we get some extra regen. That'll be a bit better. Go ahead and found a city with that. Hope for the best. So we'll have to hunt down a brigand camp, it looks like. Oh, that's actually perfect timing. Assuming we can actually kill it. We can't fit all of the units in there, and they won't really be able to reach it yet anyways. Put our second hero there. So this is the feudal aristocracy thing then, where you have like different houses and stuff. I don't really know if I want to mess with all of that right now. Whatever, good enough. Grab a farm here, I think. Any stuff to go with that? Not really. Oh, actually some pastures right there, that's great. Plus 25 food for that one node. We can grab a bit of production first up. Empire development. Destroying infestation, we are about to try that. I guess I could probably grab both of those. Hero Fearmonger. 5 enemies routed. Might be doable. Glory Seeker. I think that's the same as my hero. That's going to be kind of hard to pull off on another hero as well. Unless they're like off doing their own thing, which might not be a bad idea actually. Privateer's kind of trash. Lawbringer. That's the gold infestation thing. Combat in enemy territory in pillage a province. I'm thinking probably this guy, and then that will give us a ranger to test out their scaling as well, since I think they'll be pretty good with items. What does he have for the early skills? Crit line over there. I think I'm fine with that. He has a javelin, interesting. And then they will not be able to help out this turn. 635. We probably could wait one more turn to have them in as well. Oh, I can't even reach those anyways. Negotiations. So we could trade a bit of gold for mana, I think. Infestation up there we'll have to deal with. So a new tome. Alchemy has a bonus for the number of magic materials in your domain, and like I said earlier, we're going to want a bunch of those for item forging anyways, so that'll help us get some extra knowledge and gold to go with that.
The perfect alchemical formula requires an equal measure.
Are we gonna get the choices? So Afflictor is a decent tier 2 ranged unit that might be kind of helpful. I think we will go ahead and unlock those. Might help out a bit in the early game. Oh yeah, we got the tier 2 town thing, so we can actually make bannermen and aspirant knights, which can eventually go to a tier 4 unit. I think we'll take another one of these for now. Let's see, Wayfinder is 70 mana, sure. Or we could get more militia. Fill out the 3 hero stacks, I might do that still. Probably grab a forester here then. I'll stay away from that and hopefully it'll take a bit longer to get to me then. And let's see if we can get the ranger in on the fight over here to save us some HP. Especially since there's 2 stacks now. Too acute? He's literally in the stack that's attacking him though. That's kind of weird. So we need to initiate it with this guy, I guess. Oh god, 1275 really? We can wait for another call militia, I guess. And if we back up, maybe I can get those guys alone then? So that might actually be better then. So they might actually run into me now and we can try to get another call militia maybe. Looks like they took 1 step and that's it. I am pretty sure that's going to pull them in. And I don't think these guys will really make it to the fight. But with like 1200 power, we might actually have to wait on that. What I can do is get in range where... Oh, that does get them by themselves now, huh? Okay, well we can do that then. We need the ranger a little bit closer for that. And then that'll be much easier with them separated. Tier 2 plus 5 healing, not bad. Let's see, I guess we'll put that on the giant. Since we're going into like hero-based stuff on him, he's not really getting as much army stuff, and in fact giant kings don't even have that. So that'll be a bit of a unique boost for him. Do I want to continue down this line? It's not the greatest until killing momentum, but that is very good, so I think I will do that anyways. Toss that on him. Then we'll initiate the attack with the defender so that that works properly, hopefully. Lose 1 militia, that's fine. Armor of Starblades, +1 damage when you cast a spell, sure. Toss that on our Giant King. A tier 2 Mage Ritualist Staff with Hindering Blizzard as well. So I can gain a hero item, a tier 3 accessory. Oh, that Rune of Command Frost is actually kind of cool though. All of your units will dispel 1 negative effect. It will make them have slightly lower morale, but that seems kind of cool to be honest. I kind of want that item. And he'll lose that effect in 12 turns anyways. Then we'll toss that here with the biggest army. Take the 2 points over here, grab the unit upkeep. For status resistance, yeah, I guess we can go ahead and grab that. Bunch of remains. Altar of Devoration? I think that's new. We'll probably have to go upstairs and clear out a bunch of the spots there and try and find a spot for another city. And then maybe we can explore down here, since it seems less consistent to find decent areas. Why can't I click on that guy? Let's see, we still need the mirror thing. And that's over there. Plus resistance for shield units. Probably want that at some point. And then we can also make an afflictor after the bannerman's done. That is very far away to be sending in an invading force. Try and find the fastest path over to that other quest. There's a lot of stuff for us to fight up here at least, so that would be nice. Let's get the stability improved a bit with a tavern. Extra food, roads, we don't really have the gold for that right now. City structures cost less gold. That would be pretty helpful with that problem. Then up here, we will probably want a second farm, I think. See if there's any nodes for that. There's some decent stuff over here, so we might head in that direction. Some decent ancient wonders in this area as well. That might actually work out if we can hold that city. Oh, I should be doing some more call militias as well. Well, actually, we have the units training at tier 2 anyways. Production is blocked, you gain relations. Production for golds. Go to war with them, that would be pretty bad. I guess 1 turn is fine. hate how some of the events just like keep zooming the view in for some reason. So we have another free city here if I can get a stone for them. It must be right there. Looks like another new wonder there. Cathedral of Testament. Looks like the same stats as that. The Imperium and the Giants. We could probably use some gold right now. Getting all those buildings and some decent units produced. Production is blocked here, but we'll want the food and draft next. That'll buff up support units and we'll have some more bannermen soon, so that looks decent. We don't really have a lot for that yet. It's more of a like mid-late game thing, and we're not going to be sieging stuff for a while probably. So our defender gained a renown here. We can start grabbing some stuff on her now. Is there anything super cool in these ones? In defense mode, gain charge resistance. That sounds kind of cool for a defender. We can buff up our nearby units with that. Watchful. That looks pretty cool. Entering defense mode gains tireless retaliation for infinite retaliation. It's kind of cool as well. I think I want the buff over here. You can get a lot of HP or a lot of damage. I think we can afford to go for the damage. The grace over there, that looks pretty cool as well though. Looked weakened. So I'm thinking we'll go down this path and grab the grace into the decent damage then probably. Defense evasion. Damage sustained by the target friendly unit transferred to this one with a 50% reduction. That's pretty big. But also, accidentally getting one of your heroes killed would really suck. So I guess we'll go for some awakened tools now. We're getting some decent sized armies. With all of those militia coming out. Next up we will probably want Masonic Hall, Mint, and Estate Hall. So to unlock those I'll need a mine and some quarries. It's the only spot we can grab a mine. Let's go ahead and grab some gold with that. So 779 on that stack. Lose one militia, but that's pretty okay. We gain 270 knowledge, which is actually pretty good, but I want to do the quest and see how these things work. And we also gain a Crown of Accuracy, Tier 4 head item, wow. 30% accuracy, Rune of Protection, Storm. Electrified immunity and some resistances. And a Rune of Protection, Fire. Cool. And then we will probably need everything to go upstairs and start clearing out some stuff for some cities we can actually do now. So we got a level on the Ranger. We can grab one of these. More Materium, I think. Unless there's anything I really want for a Ranger there. Condemning Strikes is actually not bad. That will apply Condemned, which is a bunch of minus status resistance. I think I like having at least one source of that, so that would be pretty good on a ranged attacker. Then we'll go for critical second wind to gain some strengthened and healing on him later on. And I think we'll probably just put that on the giant. Even though accuracy won't likely do anything for him, it gives a bunch of survivability and the fortune whenever you cast a spell. That's pretty nice. Getting some bannermen now, that should help out a bit. Another free city, it looks like. So we can either go food or another Whispering Stone to start working on those free cities. And I think once you get free cities to a certain point, they do give you their magic materials, so that would help us with ultimately getting a bunch of those. Where's the diplomacy thing? So they're both 200 with us. This one is slightly further over. Infestation over here. Oh, that's very close. We're gonna have to deal with that right away. And it's gonna take a bit to even get up there. Oh wait, so that's from the free city over there. And that's where the thing was coming from, right? I thought that was closer to the city. Oh yeah, that is it. Let's not get the scout killed over there. And then I guess we'll get a little bit of Imperium income with this, so we can buy more of those. Oh, the Toll of Seasons is coming. We can get a free tier 4 Crown of Accuracy with the exact same stats, I think? Or maybe one of them is slightly different. But free tier 4 item is fantastic. And now we can toss that on the Ranger, so that if he uses Javelin, that'll be more likely to hit. But yeah, the other one had the Fortune thing, which is a lot better than the status resistance. I hope that doesn't hit me. I might not be strong enough at this point. But we do have to deal with that one. We have a bunch of stuff boosted here. Probably get something that gives gold, so I guess that's fine. And then maybe a quarry for some more production. Try and get up there as fast as possible now. And then I wonder what happens if you don't do the quest correctly for that. Most of the time quests don't have any downside if you fail them, so I guess we may as well do that anyways, and maybe they'll spawn close by. So we have to clear a haunted graveyard. Where is that? Okay. Wait, did that just spawn a new infestation over there? I think it did. Okay, so maybe it could have a downside then. Wizard Tower's boosted. It does take a lot of mana, but I could really use the Imperium right now, I think. $438. If we can get over there, then one stack can take care of that. Everfrost Empress Nora Frozen Farseer. Okay. The one with the range is 446. But those are pretty crappy units as long as we deal with the Necromancer. Yeah, that shouldn't be too bad, I think. The strongest unit is a shock unit, and we have a bunch of polearms that counter that anyways, so I think that should still be doable. So we'll have to conquer a city for that. I guess I will try it at some point. That is a very strange face. So this is our ranger, I think, who has Fearmonger. We can go elitist. Ooh, that's one of my favorite ones. It buffs up your ruler and that hero when they're in the same combat together. Very easy to level up and pretty useful effect overall, especially for a frontline sovereign. In fact, I think that's probably one of the best in slot ones we can get for him. So I will definitely take that. We could use some more stability again, minus 10% income for that. So we could wait for one more quarry to boost that. We need one turn for the population, so I think I'll take the one turn library and then try and boost that next turn. Can I get my ruler in range of that? No. So I guess he'll take this fight. Well, we need 2 turns to get over there. So I guess I can just wait on that then. And then get a little bit of renown for him already. I'll send them up here just in case that infestation actually gets over here. 690 with a troll. Is that new? Tier 4 mythic troll. It's the Goblin King from the Hobbit movies. Combo attack that stuns. Call guard a random tier 2 ogre unit. Why does a troll king call ogres? Wait, spur to action is a free action? With a 2-turn cooldown and resets a unit's turn? That's insane. Holy. A random tier 2 ogre unit in troll natural region. Okay, so that looks pretty rough with his special abilities. So ideally, we'll have backup for that fight. He might pillage the provinces over here and then we can wait on that a bit. Another spawner over there. Oh yeah, and we have a mist coming in soon as well. And a Balor chasing that guy. I guess we'll probably need to get some more pikemen out to soak up hits for us. Region more in friendly domain or sensing range. Probably a bit more growth, I think. Get those cities going a bit faster. Provinces being pillaged, so yeah, we can take a few hits over here and wait for the other armies then, since that guy seems pretty strong. Like, we'll probably need at least one more for that to make it decent. I lose a pikeman, but whatever. Are feudal just the new undead with the constantly summoning low tier units? Flaming charge strike. Oh, that's usable for our main hero. A tier 3 charge weapon. It does do a lot of elemental damage, which is a bit weird. But that should still be an upgrade because it's such a high tier item. So we do 31 with that. Oh, I can't even use that on a giant king, rip. Okay. I guess that's junk then. So we can gain the 14 allegiance there or a bunch of production. Yeah, we'll keep doing that. And we also gain a tier 3 armor. So it actually seems like these quests are a fantastic way to get a bunch of items at least. Poor defense. Wow, that's crazy. So we can toss that on our giant king and he'll be a tank. Lose a little bit of damage, but I think that's decent. We can put that on the ranger probably for some extra damage on him. So we wanted to boost the tavern thing, the bathhouse, which was a quarry. And we have all of the special stuff here, it looks like. One mana node over there. So we're just free to build wherever I want now. Okay, thank God the Toll of Seasons is somewhere else, so we have some extra time there. Send this guy up there as fast as possible, so that we can hopefully stop the pillaging pretty soon. We'll wait with the defender. What is that? Oh, that's just a neutral guy. Let's grab the food and draft with that. Grab the boosted bathhouse. You've discovered the dragon spine. What is that? Adjacent to the landmark, gain 5 gold. Ancient draconic frenzy combat enchantment. Dragon units gain frenzy until the end of combat. +1 strengthened when it attacks. City with 3 provinces adjacent to it gains recruitment of tier 4 and 5 dragon units. Interesting. Elder Camp. There is an enchantment that makes your racial units dragon, which is a tier 3 dual element tome. I don't think we're going to be able to fit that in. So probably not going to play around that, but the extra gold would still be nice. See what those guys are doing. May you teach my heroes well. The training camp is expected to reside in your domain for 15 turns before moving on. A renowned trainer ogre. Payment in gold to teach your heroes new skills and classes? That sounds really cool. Leave your realm at once. And I think you might actually be able to fight these guys to steal from them as well. But there's also 4 heroes in there that would probably wreck me. Target friendly unit regains full health as temporary action points. Interesting. Friendly unit gains 5 random positive effects. A mythic trainer ogre. Interesting. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to send one of these guys over there to check that out because it sounds so cool. Oh, you can actually see it from over here. Oh, you can freely change your hero classes for a bit of gold. So, defender or mage. Gains 100 renown. 1 skill point. Oh man, that is sick. You learn Visions of Woe, which causes enemies to fumble their attacks for 1 turn. Heroes' base attacks inflict misfortune. Oh, that's really cool. Oh yeah, you can attack him. But I believe that's supposed to be a difficult fight, and then you can't like deal with these guys anymore later on. So doing that super early in the game, probably not a great idea. But I would love to have that on our guys who are going to be attacking constantly. And also a free skill point sounds sick as well. So I think I'm going to try and send my main hero over there. Even though he was going up there. But just getting a bunch of permanent boosts for him for a bit of gold sounds fantastic. Call to Glory is not great. I don't think any of those are super important though. Inflicting miasma weakened, and then when you hit them you can cause a status effect. That sounds okay. I meant to put the Call Militia on that guy, but we can actually send them up there to help those guys out since they're fighting soon anyways. So we'll have to wait a little bit so the ranger can join him. And then there's a bunch of stuff coming after our scouts. So we'll just try and save him if I can. So they caught up to the scouts. We can just have him run away and then he has a chance of surviving. It might actually do this automatically in an auto combat, I'm not sure. But now we have a chance of saving them at least. Probably need some more gold since we're going to be spending a bunch of that on the hero stuff. To boost that we need 2 farms. Let's see, can we get all of them into the fight now? It looks like it's... He's not moving, there we go. Where's that one militia? I can't see him under the flag there. And then that shouldn't be too bad even on auto combat with all of that now. Okay, we lose 4 militia. Can I do better than that? The vampire spider is pretty nasty with lifesteal and AoE, and then that guy's obviously insane. I mean, it's 2 spells, I guess that's probably fine. Get another one going. And then we'll want to consolidate these armies a bit. We want the best units on this one, since he has all of those army skills. So we'll probably toss the Bannerman over there, and the Afflictor. So we'll toss these 2 onto him. Then we can rebuild that now. And we'll have to deal with the infestation up there, and then some of them over there. Stay in one more turn in the friendly domain here. Bit of extra healing. And then let's check this guy out. So we'll take the free skill points for our Giant King. And then every attack inflicts misfortune onto, I think, the Giant King as well. Make him as strong as possible for the hero focus build. That would be good for a supporty unit, but I'm not sure if I'm going to put it on any of them, and I don't think we want either of those, although Mage is pretty nice. We could probably do the Defender on that, but I think I'm going to wait. That's probably enough gold for now. We could actually attack him, but with the small army down here, I would almost certainly die for that. $160, we could grab the extra healing there or some extra mana. We're a bit low on that, so I'm fine with that. It's not giving me the construction thing over here. It's supposed to have like a hammer icon for these, instead of just telling you when you finish stuff. We can get that in 0 turns. Bit of extra mana. And then I guess go for the extra gold. So one of the AI's cities was destroyed by the mist, and then it's going to go somewhere else, it looks like. That has a pretty nasty mythic unit, 800 total power. We only have about 1,000, so I might want to let all of the stacks converge here before we do too much up there. So I guess we pass here. And then to boost that, we need a 3rd farm. So we're 2 levels away from the next signature. Grab Resurgence on him. And you can see the extra effects we get up there. Oh yeah, the 1 point from the ogre as well. Attackers will take a bit of damage. Critical second wins. How's the renown looking on those guys? This guy is level 1. This guy is level 3. That's pretty solid. Probably want to start some more tier 2 units. Oh, we did get the scout back as well, didn't... Oh, he has 0 movement, that's why. Let's get another bannerman, so we at least have 1 for each army, I think. So tier 2, I think we have one of the new tomes here. Dungeon Depths. Build a grand dungeon underground, fill it with structures that enrich you and protect it with eternal clay soldiers and traps. Every turn, a province is turned into a dungeon. Okay, so it looks like it doesn't do anything itself, it just interacts with the other stuff. And then this tome is actually kind of interesting in that it mostly has province improvements more so than spells. That's actually one of the spells, deals some physical damage and applies slow. Then we have an enchant for a bunch of different units. Defense and resistance or damage. And then up here, I think all 3 of these are improvements. This one gives production and drafts. You can recruit those clay guys. Okay, this is the one that gives binding essence that I mentioned earlier. And then that will help us craft high tier items later on, so that's why I want this one. This one gives fortification, health, and stability, as well as 1 per unit on defensive fights.
Rulers who build lasting empires understand the value of the underground.
And I think we will go ahead and grab this one so we get the gold and binding essence going. And I think that's 1 binding essence per turn for every instance of that, right? Which sounds really good. Let's see, we'll probably want to boost the serf quarters at some point. So that was a 2nd forester. Bunch of stuff up there. knowledge is pretty quick. That looks decent. Maybe we explore some more in the underground of the scout now, actually. Since we'll want the cities underground to actually get those binding essence improvements up. Oh man, 3 stacks, although I guess 2 of them are pretty small. But that's still over 1400 power to deal with. But it's gonna keep sending stuff over here and we can hopefully reinforce with more militia anyways afterwards. 1344. I don't really have any more units coming, and I do need to get it out of the way. We would lose a catastrophic amount of units. So the main threats are the Karog, the Troll King, and the Swamp Troll. And we actually have a couple spells now. Hold the line and disperse afflicting miasma. That'll probably be what I want to spam here. So that guy is rough, that guy is rough, that guy is rough, so it's very heavily focused up here. Giant King can probably mess those guys up, mostly on his own with the items he has. Want to get some heals over here with the Bannerman. That's our ranger up there, who probably does more in melee with the item he has right now. Can we get a decent hit with the boulder here? I think if we take like 1 hit, then that's probably ideal. Then we can attack them for some big hits of our own. It's probably only going to be 1 that can reach me there, maybe the skirmisher as well. Don't want to block the Giant King. And we probably don't want to group up these ones because of the plague spores, a 1 hex radius. Although, I guess it's not terrible if you have the Bannerman in defense mode, since then you'll have the warding effect. Won't be quite as bad. That's 1 action point, yeah, so it's kind of hard to avoid a big hit with that. Maybe we can like bait it out with a couple things over here then. Just try and keep it down to like 2 units maybe. Then we'll need these guys to definitely help that side. Try and get the heals on both of them afterwards. Oh, he's probably gonna hit this stack now, isn't he? Then I think that's about all we can do from now while trying to avoid taking big hits here. Yeah, onto the 2 of them, that's about the best we're going to be able to get. Giant King is very important, so we need to clean up down here as fast as I can, and we'll probably cast the Miasma somewhere up here. See if we can get a decent double hitter with his heavy charge strike. Can the polearm still hit after that? There's a lot of terrain in the way, so probably not. But I think that's about the best. We could also go here and hit those 2. That would give us more room to move around with these units, which might be ideal. Big hit there. Oh, those can actually go up there and help that side a bit if I want. We're gonna lose a lot of pikemen, but we kind of need them to soak up hits to protect the important stuff, I suppose. Hit with the bannerman first, that will potentially sunder defense. Probably not going to be able to kill that guy in one round, so we're going to have to wait to go for him, I think. Oh yeah, the miasma. What did we want to do with that? We can hit 4 there. The one thing is, if this guy has a full round, he can actually eat one of your units instantly, so we probably don't want to engage him in melee right now. Could get some shots with the ranged unit on him. And we can also get some extra miasma with that on top of that. It does a single hex, no radius on that. Maybe we focus the Troll King first then. Try and snipe that guy and then get some big hits on him, I suppose. Let's see, our defender can get 2 hits now. We might need them to kill that guy. Go 2 shots there and finish him, and then the defender can go up there and start applying some stuff on him. What is that? A Butcher Ogre? We can get 2 hits from either of these. So we want polearms to prevent this guy from getting to my backline, but not actually be in range for the instant kill, I think, since that's pretty annoying. This guy will probably throw a spear at him, I'm guessing. If we go for the melee first, then they can apply some sundered defense. And then I guess we'll just move these a bit closer and go into defense mode. We can't really reach anything important with them. And the Karag is just gonna destroy them right now, I think. And then that looks to be almost everything. We can hit the skirmisher there. So we need to help the defender, but we have some heals coming up now. So we have some good double hits with the giant here. I'll probably move him a bit out of range to buff up the charge strike damage, unless he can actually just kill both of them anyways, then there's no point, I suppose. Oh man, 70 damage already. We can finish them with those ones and then send them over to help with one of those two. One hit there, or one hit there. We can flank those for a bit of a bonus. And then if we can kill the Karag in one round, that would be pretty helpful. So he has 180, 30-ish, about 70, 80 to 90, like 100. We're halfway there maybe. And spells won't help a ton with that. The ranger can help a bit for like maybe 30 or 40. I don't think we're going to get that. So we probably need to focus on reducing damage as much as possible now up here. We need to keep the defender alive so I don't lose him. It's all the spells. Looks like that does affect him? I'm not sure. What does it say exactly? Units passing through or ending their turn, so that should apply to my own units then. But I guess if we hit one of them and then 3 of those, that'll be decent still. Oh, it looks like it didn't actually. We can kill him with 1 round. I don't know that that's useful. We probably need to start chipping that guy down. So get the heals going on him. We can actually cast that if we're in melee of something, if needed. But I'll want him to go right there. Oh, I can't because of the zone of control there. Oh, there we go. And then we can do that, buff up all of these guys with the warding mode now. And then we'll probably have to work on that guy. 33, 24, they're both in the miasma. Probably need to get rid of the Troll King as well, and maybe we can get some debuffs. Nope. We can flank him, and we have a pretty good bonus for that, I suppose. But yeah, I think no matter what I do, this fight probably isn't going to be very pretty. I'd like to help out my ranger now, I think, and we won't have any heals until the next turn now. My giants can get up here and hit the charge unit over there now. Or we could also throw a boulder at something. See if we can clean these guys up at least. Retaliation over there, we can flank with those. We have 1 spell left for a hold the line, which will give a little bit of survivability to something. It said that was probably going to kill, but that wasn't even close, actually. Yeah, nothing on those, so we'll try and do some debuffing, and then try and finish off that guy, and that guy to free up the range units there. Can actually do a pretty good hit with the ranger, but that would be a ton of retaliation damage. So ideally, if I could do something about that guy. 24. Pole arms would also take a big retaliation and an opportunity attack there. I'm probably gonna have to hit with the bannerman on that guy. There's just nothing else that can really deal with that guy. Well, I guess we kind of have to do that now, don't we? That's gonna hurt. 27 damage. That would actually kill my hero once they get their next turn. So I probably shouldn't do that. He has 32, so that'll bring him down to 18. And then we'll have to take a big hit on something else in order to finish him off, I think. I guess the shield bearer's there. It's just really important that I keep the heroes alive. And then now we can get a big hit on them and help out the ranged units there. We just need a bit more to kill them. $50, not quite enough. He doesn't have any crit chance. Oh wait, 20%? So we just need to roll one of those to kill it, I think. So I guess we'll try that. Okay, not bad. So the ranged unit is free now. Probably go for some debuffs on that guy, since they're in the miasma. Got some bleeding over there for a bit of a bonus. And then I actually should have used this earlier since that's our last spell, but this will save a bit of damage over here, I guess. Okay, we got some decent bleed stacks on him at least. We can tie up their shock units here, or we can throw a boulder at one of those. Probably do this. Ooh, that's a bit of a rough plague spores there. We have our 2 heals coming up now, if I need them. But we should be able to finish it on this turn, I would hope. So the Giant King is super important. We can hit 2 units here if we can get this guy off of him. Bannerman would probably do that the best. And then we can move 1, 2 tiles there? Can I, like, do it slightly weird to get extra damage on him? And then those should be fairly easy to clean up now. Afflictor can only hit him with a full shot, so I guess we'll take that. What all do we have now? The Defender, bunch of melee up there, Ranger, bunch of melee over there. So we're probably gonna start zerging this guy with a bunch of almost dead melee then. I think we probably will do that. Unless I can finish him and then taunt the troll, that would be kind of useful actually. It would take a lot of hits from these almost dead things though, so I think we're gonna have to do that. Oh, we might actually want to heal one of these guys so that everything close by has some extra resistance. Oh, and they're actually running because we killed a bunch of stuff and applied a bunch of debuffs. So we have a lot of very low units, but that's not too bad. 3 militia, that's 1.5 spells. Bloodletter, a tier 3 for champion or wizard king. A ring of endurance, status resistance. So we're gonna have to bring everything back and heal up after that. Probably get some more summons going as well. This is our defender. Grab the HP there always. Let's go for probably the stability there, try and get that evened out a bit. Grab another call militia up here, I suppose. And then I think we will leave it off for now on this episode. Our giant king is getting decently strong, level 8 now. I guess we can toss that onto him. Bit of status resistance. Bring him up to 8 and 57% there. But he needs 2 more points to get killing momentum, which is going to be insane on him, since he's already getting crits for like 70 damage in there. And we can get a free skill point once he gets to that, as well as some more power off of that. That'll be pretty nice. But I think it is a bit of a slow start. I'm not really used to playing the underground stuff, and there's not a lot of stuff to fight over here, and then you have to scout out a lot of stuff while digging at the same time. So it seems like it's a slower start, although maybe a bit safer. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.